I am your president. They don't need swords anymore. They need your face, your voice, your faith. The new sorcerers don't chant, they compile. The weapons, they don't bleed. Master Mason, let me show you what's behind the pixels. I see the puppet on the screen with his team in the dream, a regime of the gleam that's obscene and extreme. They take a face from the base of the race and the place, and they trace every trace of the grace in the space. Generative adversarial network, the framework where the jerk and the smirk work. Two neural nets in a duel, one forges the jewel, one detects the defect, the feedback loop of cruel. The mouth moves with the groove of a truth that's aloof, but the proof is in the tooth and the roof of the booth. The eyes don't lie, that's a lie they supply to the sky. I see the microsaccade that's dry and awry. They make your leader say the prayer of the slayer and the betrayer. Soothsayer layer on a player made a player. The masses watch the flashes of the clashes and the ashes, while the nation state with patience orchestrates the fascist passes. I'm the glitch and the pitch and the stitch and the snitch. I'm the itch and the niche that tells you which witch is which. Deep fake sorcerers casting hexes through a megapixel nexus. I detect the specs and the flexes and the Texas instruments subtext. She doesn't wear a robe, she wears a hoodie in a cold room in Pyongyang's gloom, or a basement in the basement of a placement near the Kremlin's tomb. APT, advanced persistent threat, the alphabet of the silhouette, the marionette on the net that you ain't met and won't forget. They call her Fancy Bear, Cozy Bear, Lazarus with the Stygian stare, charming kitten in the mitten with a written prayer for the unaware. She's the sorceress of the address and the stress of the access. She'll bypass your MFA with a text and a guess. Spear fishing with a precision that's a vision of derision, a decision made in prison of a schism of the system. She owns the grid of the kid and the bid and the eye. She'll slide inside the stride of the ride and the hidden zero-day exploit like a void in the droid of the Freud. She's annoyed with the ploy and deploys the android. How I watch the logs on the bogs of the hogs and the dogs. She's moving through the cogs with the fog and the smog. The nation state sorceress with the court of the consort. She'll extort your transport and abort your last resort. Look up, that's not a flock, that's a clock made of shock and a lock. A swarm of the worm that will swarm and perform on the norm. Unmanned aerial vehicle, no soul to retrieve, no leave to bereave, just the weave of a sieve. They fly in formation with a patient equation. No nation to station, just the relation of gyration. The algorithm chooses who loses and who cruises. No bruises on users, just the fuses of the muses. No reminiscence on a mission of attrition. No contrition in the fission of the vision in the schism. It sees through the trees and the breeze and the fleas with the infrared ease that will please the disease. One operator with a tablet like a saboteur's palette. He paints the constraint with the taint and the faint. 1,000 birds of prey made of alloy and array. They'll obey the relay of the day and the fray. No pilot to weep when the jeep take the deep. Just the beep and the sleep and the heap and the heap. From the glitch in the sky of the eye and the why and the stone from the throne that they thrown at the drone. I look down at the brown and the drown of the town by the sound. There's a new kind of hound that's unbound and profound and renowned. Unmanned, unbending, what a vehicle. Silent as a vestal. No protest from the nestle of the vessel in the wrestle. It glides through the tides with the sides of the rides with the crack in one size. Now the data collides. Autonomous submarine with a scheme. It's no scene and obscene. It's a limousine and the mean and the guillotine and the queen. On the surface, unmanned surface vessel. No wrestle with the trestle. It's a pestle and a nestle with a vessel or a wrestle. It patrols the shoals and the holes and the goals with a soul made of scrolls and controls and patrols. Torpedo tube with the cube with the rube and the boob. No submariners loop, just the tube and the tubes boob. They sail in backs like the wax on the tracks with the sacks. Now attacks on the backs of the slacks and the hacks. The sorceress commands from the lands of the sands with the hands on the brands and the plans and the glands. I'm the rock.